What's going on, Spitfires? Welcome back to another episode of the Spitfire Podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Lemunion, the Spitfire Coach, and I hope that you are doing awesome. And if you're not, if you need a little inspiration and motivation, you've come to the right place. And just as a reminder, make sure that you are subscribed for the Spitfire Podcast on Google Play, Apple Podcast, and Spotify, and check out spitfirepodcast.com to check out any of our past episodes. You can forward these on to your friends, to your colleagues, to your frenemies, whatever you want to do. That would be awesome. And if you feel like leaving a review, we'd really appreciate it. Here we go for our next episode. Today, we are talking about a very serious topic, one that happens to all of us. That's right. Today we are talking about poo. Poop. Shit. And I'm sorry if you have kids in the car, this might be a time to earmuff them or save this for later. We're talking about poo because poo happens to everyone. It happens in life. And when we can acknowledge it, it actually allows us to have a less stressed environment and day and handle those conflict and friction situations. Now, poo at its form, at the purest form, is waste product. It's waste byproduct. It's the things that don't work for us that compound in our, intestines and our colon and, all that stuff. I don't need to give you the biology lesson, but I want to use it more as a metaphor because it can help you in offloading that stress, in dealing with things that don't go our way, and dealing with uncertainty, to give you a little more joy, levity, comedic relief, if you will. I told this to my client, and I think I might have mentioned this in past episodes, but he was I'll say he was wound tightly. And he used to get very set off in traffic situations. So if someone didn't use a turn signal, if someone cut him off, if someone was driving too slow in the left lane, he would just, be so frustrated and how dare they? I can't believe they had to do that. And I said to him, well, I want you to imagine that the other person has to poop really bad. Really bad. And that is the reason why they're driving so erratically. And he stopped and started laughing. Because the mere thought of him having to rush, or her having to rush to the bathroom, was just more than he could deal with. And what that does is it creates a human connection experience. So whether or not the story is true doesn't really matter. But what it does is it preserves your energy. You don't have to get into the other person's story to make up your own, one that works for you. So imagine the other person who is doing the behavior that you don't deem appropriate or one that is creating conflict and an inconvenience. Add the poop element. So if someone is doing something in a store where they're just being inconsiderate, they cut in front of someone in the line, imagine saying to yourself, don't do this out loud, wow, you must really have to poop. And that's why you need to go in front of me. What that does is it allows you to not take it personally, and it allows you to have a little fun with it. Now, imagine that you've had a not so great encounter. This is kind of the next evolution of someone having to poop. I want you to imagine that you are a monkey in the wild and someone has just, really irked you. I want you to imagine that you are the monkey and you are throwing your poo at the other person. What does that feel like? Now, don't actually throw poo because you can get into a lot of trouble and it's really gross. But the visual of you just like, I'm going to throw my poo at you and smear it in your face. It's funny, right? Poo is just one of these things that it's fun to say. It makes your face contort and it's really funny. And it allows you to feel, like your animalistic self. You're defending yourself with the only thing you know how to do, which is grabbing your poo and shoving it in their face or throwing it at them. The thing is you got to do what works. Otherwise, you can stew and be in your own shit. You are literally creating your own shit by not having a way to offload this frustration, this friction. So the way to offload that emotional byproduct is to actually have a process and a system to use it. So it's your shit. Where are you going to put it? You want to put it over there? Cool. You want to flush it down? Awesome. You want to throw it at somebody? That's up to you. So Pooh is your friend. We can love Pooh. Oh, Pooh. I love Pooh Bear. Aw. Wait, is Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh, is he really about poop? Oh no. This just totally blew my mind. Anyway, I want you to think about where can you add in these little comedic reminders as you're dealing with high stress or frustrating situations. Where are you typically losing your cool or feeling annoyed at everyday life? And where can you incorporate little Pooh sayings? It's like little turds. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking about this on a podcast, but this is great. So where can you drop little nuggets of wisdom and comedy to lighten your day? So if someone is just bugging you, where can you incorporate, them either needing to use the bathroom or you pooping on them? See how that goes. I swear, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I promise you it works. I've heard from multiple clients, I actually just talked about it on a client session, about stepping in poo, being filled with poo, being backed up with poo, smearing it and throwing it. We're all like inner 5-year-olds. You ever notice that kids, when you're toddlers, you realize the power of poo and they wipe it on the walls? I never did that. I hope I didn't. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, if I did that. But anyway, there is power in poo, so use it. I mean, don't actually use it. Use the figurative poo sense. So be like Winnie the Pooh. Show the joy of poo. And I hope this was helpful. If not a little ridiculous, and maybe it made you giggle a little bit. I know it just made me laugh. So hope this was helpful, and you guys keep being awesome.